and it's starting to creep up on you. And so with stress can come in the forms of headaches. You might start having those, so basically physical symptoms, right? So headaches, or you got that, all of a sudden you got shoulder pain, but you ain't injured your shoulder, or you've got muscle and joint pain, but you ain't been out running at the track. So like
Yeah.
what's going on, and then you have those behavioral and emotional signs, right? That you don't really understand. You become a little bit more irritable and short with people. You mentioned being cynical and negative. It's like you start to, everything you say, you like, yeah, whatever. You become just so negative, and you don't realize that it's happening, and sometimes people around you, they don't say anything because they just expect for you to keep going. As long as you're doing what they want
Then
and
it's
you're producing, then they not gonna say anything, right? And so
right.
you have those emotional and behavioral, and then you go into like those next stages, that onset stage. You notice that, you know today you just don't feel like getting out of bed, but you get out. So now you 10-15 minutes later getting out of bed. Tomorrow it becomes 30 minutes later, or you're noticing that you got timelines at work and you start to not meet those timelines, right? Because now you just don't really care. You become withdrawn, you start to isolate, and it's slowly coming up on you, right? And so
Yeah.
the behavior patterns become: you're late for work, you're tardy, you're not doing the same quality of work that you did at first. And a lot of that happens, especially for people that have been on the same job
For
for
many
long
years.
periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
It happens because they haven't found a way to recreate the job and find
Right.
a way to love it.
I want to
And
scale
so,
back to something that you said you become irritable and, essentially sleeping more, withdrawn. That's the term that you
mm,
withdrawn. And so we live in a social media world where you're getting all these mixed messages, and people are like, they'll make a meme or something, and they're just like, check on your strong friend, or
mhm,
they'll say, those aren't your friends if they're not checking on you, 10 or 20 times a day. And many people don't recognize the depression symptoms. They don't realize that someone is being withdrawn. And so that person is looked at negatively themselves.
yep,
Oh, she don't even call me no more. She don't even hang out with me no more. What kind of friend is that? And it's like, well, there's some things going on. So I think, one of the remedies for it is just to extend a little bit of grace, because we never just know what the next person is going through.
absolutely. And that, I tell people that, um, and I try to post like on my Facebook page, I'll try to post and remind people